everyone. So my brother-in-law is from Republic of Georgia, a country that was a part of Soviet Union. So what kind of relationship you guys have, Russian and Ukraine?
So everything started a long time ago. So approximately 200 ago, we had some problem with our neighbors, which one was like some Muslim countries. So we had war with them, and our king decided to make some agreement with Russian king. The reason was only one, because the Russians, they were like us Orthodox Christians. That's why our king decided to make some agreement with Russians for they help us in this war. So after that agreement, they signed both sides. They did not help us. They broke up the agreement, and when we stay weak, let's say we stay like weaker than we were before, they just occupied us and we became like slave of Russia. It started like 200 years ago.
Yes.
So during this time, Georgian people always try to be independent, and in 1918, when we got some little power, some part of Georgian people who came from like some European countries, they got education over there. They made group and they made our country again independent in 1918. So during 3 years, from 1918 to 1921, we were independent country like regular European country. So after that, Joseph Stalin, everybody knows him. He started like revolution movies in Russian Federation, and he, let's say true, honestly, he got some power at that time with his theories and everything. What he talked to people believe that. So he got some power from Russia around countries, and they start war with us, and again we lost independence. And by the way, I want to say that Joseph Stalin was born in Georgia, small town, name is Gori. You guys can search in Google.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, Joseph Stalin was born in Georgia, but after he got adult, he went different places. By the way, he was like a student of some kind of religion school, and after somehow somebody gave him the book of Karl Marx, and when he translated the book, his opinion changed about the life, and he started to be like revolutionary, and he did this. Let's say true, he did. Georgian people don't like Stalin, but we should say true, he was big revolutionary. And so after that, Stalin and all Russia, he was like leader of Russia, they occupied us again, and we became again slave like before. And after that, he made Soviet Union. So we were part of Soviet Union like in other countries like Ukraine and other countries around. After start World War II, many people died, especially from our country. If you check like by percentage, many young guys passed away in this war, and as I believe, I'm not sure about that, we stay less than million population in my country, and the people we lost, everybody were like young people, like who should make generations, and we stay in bad situation. So if you ask, not any Georgians, but most of them, they don't like what happened before, but that's the life, what we can do. And after when Soviet Union got little bit weaker than before, we started again to be independent. Before Soviet Union destroyed, we became again independent. Which one? Russian Federation they did not like. It wasn't Russian Federation before, it was Soviet Union, but let's say true. It was like everything, all decisions they made in Russia. And in other countries, the member of Soviet Union, they just were member of Soviet Union. They did not have any possibility to make any big decisions. So after that, when we became again independent, Russian government, they stay very angry about that, and they try everything to start war with us, and they support some guys, some criminals in Georgia, and unfortunately started like some kind of civil war in my country, and also we lost part of our country in West Georgia. Name of state is Abkhazia. We lost that time, and many people died, and all those people who lived in Abkhazia, they had to move another part of Georgia, and they still live out of their land. And I don't remember exactly how many persons, but let's say 100,000 of persons, they still live another part of Georgia, and they have house in Abkhazia, and they can't go back to their land. So after story continued like that, in 2003 happened some kind of revolution without war, and we had new government, which one was supported by USA and European countries.
Always.
And our president at that time became one guy named is Mikhail Saakashvili. So this guy was a little bit like stranger guy, but in the beginning everybody liked these changes because the guy came, he fixed problem about corruption in police, making it good, like streets, lights, water, and those stuff, like minimum what people need to have normal life. And people believed him in the beginning. And in the beginning he started also killing some criminals and in the street. The reason was just he's criminal and we should kill, that's it. And he arrested many people. One whole was good because he fixed corruption, but after some years passed, like 4, 5, 6, he was twice our president, I mean like 8 years. He became like dictator. And I don't remember exactly, maybe it was 2007. In 2007, US President George Bush came to our country. It was like a very big thing.
Is the first or only president visit to Georgia Republic?
George Bush visited my country.
It's the first president,
No,
American
I
president?
mean like junior, George Bush Junior.
Junior, okay.
And he came, and it was like a very big thing for my country because we were a new country, and USA president came to our country, and people had some kind of dream because they say, oh, USA stay next to us. So
Really?
that thing gave us motivation, you know.
Okay.
But it was just dream. When I see now what happened, everything, and I can see my past, it was just dream. So George Bush came and said, oh, you guys, you are good, and we stay next to you if you need any help or something like this, blah, 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 blah. At the same time, we always have problem with Russia. We have border on Russia, and they always make some kind of provocations on the border. And so people who lived over there, they did not like that, and they always ask government, oh, do it something, and government stayed a little bit quiet. And after George Bush came and gave word to our president like, oh, I stay next to you, it gave our president some kind of motivation. And one day, I don't know, so in 2008, we had war with Russia. It was a very short war, but it was war, and we lost many people, and we lost 25% our land. How everything this start? So George Bush said like he wanted to make new members in NATO, which one is Ukraine and Georgia, and that news, of course, Russian government did not like. And after that, when George Bush said that, he invited our president in USA, and our president went to USA and start talking like we are in center of Europe, we will be member of NATO and these things. Of course, one thing is what you dream, and one thing is what you have reality. So that was a very big mistake. And after this meeting in USA, in 2008 August, Russians start war with us, and as I said, we lost 25% of our land.
Oh my gosh.
So if somebody say like Georgian people like Russians and they are pro-Russians, it's like, I don't want to say bad words, but it's very bad.
You can.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's bullshit. If
Bullshit.
they say we like Russians and we are pro-Russians. So after our mistakes, we should learn how to fix that problems, how don't make the same kind of mistake. So unfortunately, 2 years ago now I'm gonna start talking about Ukraine.
Yeah.
With Ukraine, we always have very good relationship because we have almost the same kind of history. They always had problem with Russia,
Okay.
and nobody knows from where they came, Russians.
Mm-hmm.
Ukraine is a very old country. Before were Ukrainians, and after Russians, from where came, nobody knows. So they had the same problem like us, and we always had friendship because of the same kind of history. So when start war,
It's the next question. It's what do you think about the war going on now?
in Ukraine, right?
Yes, in Ukraine.
So unfortunately, they did not learn from our history. And the new president of Ukraine, Zelensky,
Yes. What do you think about it?
what I think, the guy maybe he wants good for Ukraine. Maybe our president wanted the same, Mikhail Saakashvili.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
one thing is what you want, and another thing is what you have result. So our president wanted the best for our country, but after 8 years of his he was in the government, we lost 25% our land. So how we can understand this? Maybe just talking and say good things, it's not enough. I can say the same about Zelensky. Zelensky always talking some patriotic stuff, but let's see what we have result. How many Ukrainians passed away already in this war?
Mm-hmm.
So you should be very careful when you make some kind of decision like that. Or you want to be member of NATO, but you should see what's the price of this. But another thing is, maybe you can pay this price, but you don't get this result.
Okay.
That's another thing. Ukraine lost almost half country, but they are not close to the result. You know?
Yes.
That's another thing. So I think I'm regular guy. I don't work in government or something like this. USA play with this stuff. USA play with Ukrainian soldiers. That's my opinion.
Okay.
So when start
No,
war-
your
Yeah.
opinion, and I appreciate that. Yeah.
when start everything this 2 years ago, they push my country.
Yes.
It was some kind of meeting, but not in in TV. It was like in office meetings, and they wanted we start war to Russia from another side, and from both sides will be difficult for Russia. They think like that, but our government say no. It's very big price for us to we lost our citizens. So our government say we can't make this, and also when they make some sanctions for Russian Republic, we did not make these sanctions because we did not have any warranty from European countries. If we make sanctions, they're gonna support us by economic. Let me explain you what's going on. If we stop trading with Russian Republic, for Russian Republic is 0.3%. It's nothing. They just will smile. But for us, it's very big money.
Yes.
We have so much trading with Russia, and if we stop this trading, for our economic is very bad. And also, European countries, they did not stop trading with Russia. I say big countries, German, France, they still have trading with Russia. And they don't say these things in news. Everybody we had Google, you can Google just and say how much money they had trading European Union with Russia during this time when was war, and how much donation they give to Ukraine. I say just roughly, for example, their trading with Russia, let's say was like 40 billion, and they gave just 1 billion to Ukraine. How Ukraine can win with Russia when you give one side 40 billion and another side 1 billion? It's impossible, right? It's just when you joke with people. Just this. And we have result right now. And it was very big mistake US government. Not big mistake. They did this for their game, you know. Everything was going on, it was their game. I mean Democrats. So right now government change, and I hope new government, Republicans, they will change everything this. And not just me, my government hope the same. Everything will change because it's impossible. This war should finish. Just people die every day people die and die and die. This is, and we don't have result. This one should finish, you know. So we did not stop friendship with Ukrainian people, but unfortunately, because our decisions, Ukrainian government stopped some kind of relationship with our government. But with people, we still, Georgians and Ukrainians, we are like friendly and we have good relationship. But unfortunately, from government, it's not the same, you know. So I think in 2025, I hope everything will finish.
Yes.
In my opinion, in like
all the world,
first 3 months should finish everything. I hope. Let's see.
yes. Wow. Thank you.
No problem.